You know the weight of being a man in Kenya. You are the provider, you are the protector, you are just about everything to everybody else. Lakini what are you to yourself? I have news for you. Because there exists a possibility that you could end up alone, isolated, and with all the people who are now around you, nowhere in the picture. Well, have you put something meaningful aside for yourself? Yours, sio yenu, sio ya toto, sio ya bibi, kitu ambayo if everybody else in your life walks off, itabaki ni yako. Mwanaume, karibuni sana. Come, let us reason together. This is just a social reflection. Nataka kukuuliza swali leo. As you've been running around the whole day, the whole week, the whole month, probably the whole year and many years before that and previous to that, what have you kept aside for yourself? Wewe mwanaume leo, ni kitu gani umejiwekea? As you have been availing yourself as an ATM for everybody else, wewe mwanaume, ni kitu gani umejiwekea? It's not for an idle reason that I ask that. Because there exists a possibility that you could end up alone, isolated, and with all the people who are now around you, nowhere in the picture. I'm here, you say, that can't be me, man. I'm successful, I am this, I am that. That's because you're a man and you're basing your current circumstances, the people you know, your big job title and all of those things are making you think that probably for you, your whole life is set. But vitu ugeuka, we have the tendency to forget ourselves. Katika the hustle and bustle of daily life, there is the family, there is the extended family, there is the friends, there is kila mtu. You know the weight of being a man in Kenya. You are the provider, you are the protector, you are just about everything to everybody else. Lakini what are you to yourself? So in the hustle and bustle of putting things together for other people, we tend to forget ourselves. Now, ukitaka tukuja a very simple idea of that, why don't you just kasai? Jiulize, when do you last treat yourself? Wewe as a man, usiseme mlienda kunywa nyama choma na pombe hapo kama kisu. It's not a treat. Well, have you put something meaningful aside for yourself? Yours, sio yenu. You are saying, Solomon, you are just being an alarmist. But I'll tell you this. For more than a quarter century of my life, I have been working with troubled men. I have been working with troubled men. I was a very troubled man myself. I ended up in the streets. My story, some of you guys, you know it. Watu wanajua. I ended up in the streets. I got out of the streets. I started helping other men get out of that street life. And up to today, that's what I do. But as time goes on, I am also noticing there are a lot of old men out there. Mazi wanateseka. These are the men, go to your local village, enda angalia pale kijijini kwenu. You will find these men hanging around at the shopping center. How they act like they are the pillars of support for the local shops. They are always hanging there. Hautawakosa day in, day out. Kazi ni kutoka nyumbani, unaenda pale local shops. Anajiweka pale. It's as though they are the ones who support the infrastructure of those shops. And those guys, if you are a stranger in that town, or if you come visiting, or if you are not visited home for a long time, these are the guys who will come up to you very quickly and start regarding you with their old stories, regurgitating their heydays, their days gone by, what they think were the good old days for them. A guy will tell you, I was a district officer, I was stationed here, I was a government employee, nilikuwa hivi, nilikuwa vile, I was this, I was the other. But their current reality does not align with what they are telling you about their past. Maybe these men hawakuwa na the advice that is now available. Maybe hawakuwa na the knowledge that is now available. That you have the capacity to end up as an isolated old man, abandoned by everybody. Your wife gone, your children gone, and you and only you left to fend for yourself. Na kama hakuna kitu ulijibakisha, then you will stick at the shopping center and you will be like those old men regaling people with their stories of kitambo, regurgitating things from their past. Things like, I was a DO, I was a DC, I was this, I was this, I knew this, I knew that, I had this, I had the other. But at the end of that conversation, they will lean in and they ask you, wazee boss, uko na shilingi 10 naweza enda kunywa kachai pale? Because their current reality is a far cry from those days they are regurgitating on. Lebo no unaweza sema you can't be there. You could become one of them. You have the potential to become one of them. Fine. Huko nje utaniambia, we don't have such old men in our village. Besides me, I live in the city, so I'm averse to that kind of thing. All right. Go online and check how many cases of abandoned men there are in Kenya. But the most recent case, there's a case that is currently trending and from which we should be able to learn something about it. Check the story of Captain Paul Waweru. I am not here to take sides or to argue who is right, who is wrong, whether it's him or the wife who is right, whether it's him or the kids who are right. I am not. You go to the story. Check for yourself. The wife has even been given a right of reply. And she's given her side, he's given his side. But bottom line is, this guy is beyond 60 years old. He was a pilot. He educated his children. According to him, he educated his children. He gifted them Paka cars. He built his wife, he started for his wife a school. He built a family home. He did all the things that he thought were right. But in the end, the wife threw him out. According to him, in the end, the wife threw him out and is now living by himself at the mercy of well-wishers and friends. It's a painful situation to be in. I am neither here to take his side nor to condemn or to judge or to whatever. I'm just using that as a case study. A guy like that will never have thought in his heyday as you educate your children. As I said in the beginning of this video, as you run around every day, sorting things out for everyone and being the constant ATM for everybody in need. What have you kept for yourself? What have you kept that is yours, candle? What land have you registered in your name? Because you will grow old. It is inevitable. Then what happens? That is the question I think many of us men are not asking ourselves. And yet, some of you, if you look around, you'll see the silent rebellion of your kids. You'll see the way some of your kids are looking at you and just wanting to. They can't wait. The day they are able to leave home, they are going to turn around without a backward glance. Maybe not because you are a bad guy, but because of their perception of you. Maybe you are a bad guy. Maybe you are a horrible person to be with and people are just there. Once their needs are met, wamefikisha kiwango fulani, wataondoka. Others, you're a good guy. But your children also will have their own financial issues in the future. Your children cannot be your guarantee for your old age. They cannot be the ones to guarantee that utakula, utakunywa, you will pay your medical bills and all of that thing in your old age. So think, my friend, think. I can liken your story to what in my community is called Mushakwe Mudhadure. Once it has been stripped of all the green and it is abandoned, it has absolutely no hope of growing. But if you strip all and leave a few greens, there is the chance for regeneration through those greens. What have you left for yourself? Are you going to be like a peeled out maize cob? Or angalau ubakishe tumbegu tuwili tutatu? Think about it. Your old age is coming. The other day I was partying, and now I'm beyond 60 years old. I find myself in that situation where hata mimi naanza kuwa wahenga. Juzi nilikuwa naongea venye wahenga alisema sasa nishakuwa mhenga. Things change, situations change, people change. But how many of us men are going down that road? How many of these stories haven't we heard? Because a lot of men faced with this situation, unfortunately some choose to take their lives, unfortunately wengine wananyamaza, wanavumilia na wanakuwa na shida zao. Especially the older men, they give up and they just pass on. How many of these stories are not being told because men are too afraid to speak out? That is why for me, I am for the formation of I am for restoring brotherhood in your neighborhoods, boss. This is not a very complicated thing. In your neighborhoods, bana. Wanaume tuanze kuongeleshana. Wanaume tuanze kuform a bond. Wanaume tuanze kuform bonds which are beyond that relationship where we never really actually get to talk. We can't open up. When you ask most men, do you have 5 friends that you can actually tell when you have a problem? Many will tell you no. Many will struggle to even find one friend who they can tell. Boss, we have got to start talking among ourselves. We have got to start figuring out one for our own future. Which way forward? Sisi waseka sisi, as we are beyond the 6th floor. But if you are gifted to be 100, it's just 40 more years. What about the guy who's in his 20s and is not yet formed friendships? By the time 40 years down the line you hit my age, if you're like an abandoned guy, how do you think your life will look like? Mwanaume, let us learn to speak to one another. Let us restore brotherhood circles. Because the cost of all these broken men is being felt by our families, by our children, by our society, and by our nation. Wanaume, we are supposed to be leaders. And if we crumble and fall, what about the society around us? I believe if you heal the man, you heal the family, you heal the community, and in extension, you heal the nation. So if you're a man and you're going through, reach out. Wewe piga story yako hapa kwa comments, come out, talk about it. Come out, tell other men kuna shida. Let us form these circles where we are able to help each other, we are able to support each other. I'm not talking about just financial support. I am talking about that support of just being there for one another. Unajua in your neighborhood, unaweza tokea mahali fulani and you get to talk. Men, let us learn to talk. Tafakari hayo. See you next time.